Alright guys, what's going on? I'm going to let a few people jump on here. We're just going to do a quick live update while I'm killing a little bit of time and show you what's going on and answer your questions directly. So it's Saturday afternoon, so we'll see if anybody's watching. So I'll give it a few minutes here. So we're going to answer some questions about the build while I let this resin finish drying. It's almost there. If you guys saw the first video go up, this is the progress we're being made. We're gonna have an official video in the next day or so because I'm working on it all weekend here. But figured I got a chance to go live for a few minutes and update the progress. So we got some comments coming in. What's up, Bert? Anyway, just saying hi to everybody, showing you off what's going on. Getting these sides installed today, and then hopefully that side too. So we'll see what's up. Get a few more people jump on here. But anyway, this is the AstroAndBass build we're working on. It's my first time playing around with an Astro for real. Last year I worked on Getty's Astro a little bit, but this is our own build, so something different. But anyway, I want to clean up a few things and talk with you guys. So if you just joined, again, I'm just getting these sides put in, and we got our baffle put in, and as soon as the sides are in and the top and the floor, because I'm going to put a layer on the floor, I'll be ready to start setting up the back on it, and there'll be more steel cage, and then there'll be another steel cage behind that, roughly 8 to 10 inches back, and in there is going to be rebar, and that's going to set up my form for the concrete in the back. So this is going to be a concrete enclosure, the whole 9 yards. And there's a view from the top here. We got the steel cage, and basically, if I can crawl up here with you guys without killing myself. Basically, we'll get up on the top here, and this will all have wood, so it's going to be like a form, and then we'll have wood here, wood here. This will all get filled with concrete, and then down the side it's going to get filled with concrete, so all the way down in there. You got the rebar set up, and should work out pretty good. The floor is really solid. It's only 2 inches thick. I used some 7,000 PSI tested custom mix I did at school. Go to Chico State University in Chico, California, and they have a really good civil program, and I've been doing that for 5 years, so I know a little bit about concrete mixing and getting things made up. So I'm going to jump back down here real quick. Ugh. And then there's kind of what's going on. You get an idea of, we're just covering up this frame with wood, and then the concrete's going to be basically in between in that space. And then I got some foam pads on the windows, so when the concrete hardens up, it's going to squish just a little bit, but when it hardens up, at least it's not in direct contact with the glass here. And then the other effort is going to be putting a ratchet strap around the entire vehicle to hold that glass in, so it doesn't try to pop out when we're pouring concrete. But luckily, the glass is in the upper half of the van, and most of your concrete weight's going to be down towards the bottom, so it shouldn't have a lot of pressure behind it. We'll just have to play that by ear and kind of work with it. So that's what we're doing. I'll go ahead and answer some questions real quick here. So everybody's saying hi. Got no subs for sale right now. Got some people from Illinois. Why concrete? This is going to be a world record holder type of build. Well, I don't know if I can do a world record, but trying to get the championship out here this year if it's possible, or next year. So we're going to build it strong, and concrete was just the thing I wanted to do. I know a lot about it, so going for it. Would you do a build for 6 in Astro? How much? North Carolina. You're on the opposite side of the country for me, so you know, I don't know if you want to bring it out, and I don't know when I'm going to take on another build. Right now, this is what I'm doing full time, besides going to school and all that. I'm trying to graduate this semester, so it's pretty busy. Let's see. I would personally have more layers in the front. Oh, well, that's awesome because I have more layers. But there's a testing process you guys are going to learn with me about, and the reason I haven't put all my layers on yet is very specific, but we have another like 7 or 8 layers ready to go on the front. So don't worry, there will be more layers. But with the current stack of layers is fine because it's steel cage behind here. I mean, it is not moving, and you can kind of see from over here the steel cage sandwich in there, so we got steel in it. So this baffle is probably 3 times stronger than anything I've ever built, only being as thick as it is right now, so no worries there. Yeah, I mean, I get to practice some welding skills. I mean, I didn't really go out of the code book or anything for some of these things because it's just kind of my own project. But we got some rebar in the bottom pour here, and I took samples of the concrete on this pour and did a strength test, and my samples were coming out to like 7,000 psi compression strength before yielding. So the concrete's really tough on the floor, and I wanted it that way because of how thin it is. It's only really 2 inches thick on the floor, and then running into that problem on the ceiling too. So we're going to be trying some different mixes as we come up. So I have to have a runnier mix to go to the bottom to even get it down there. And then as I come to the top, I'm going to stiffen it up a little bit for that thinness. So just kind of some ideas. Let's see. How hard to take out the glass? Yeah, someone brought up the glass, I think, being replaced with a sheet metal thing, and I don't see a need to. We're going to wrap the van, so you're not even going to see any glass on it. The whole van's getting wrapped, and it was just, I don't think it's a problem. The glass is stronger than you think as long as you don't hit it, with sharp objects or really hard. It'll be fine with the concrete pour. They've done several of these back east that way. It's just a matter of keeping that vent from popping open, because these are those pop open windows. So as long as they're held on, they'll be okay. Fill steel baffle up with sand. Steel baffle, no, there's no sand in it. I might do something. I might drill into the top and pour something in it. I haven't decided what to do. I'm not really concerned. Especially, I think it's going to be a lot thicker than this when I'm done. I just want to start it thin and actually test out the positions of the speakers relative to the front of the vehicle here. So, yeah, it's got a good baffle, and there's plenty more layers. I already got them made, so when we got to do it. Didn't know you were just putting concrete against it, but I'm sure you guys have figured it out. Well, I have a foam pad between the glass and where the concrete's going to be, so that's my efforts to help protect it from direct contact with really hard materials when the concrete sets. But like I said, there's guys back east doing it, and they're doing it fine. So not going to be able to be on here much longer because, of course, my battery's near dead on the phone. But what happened to the doors and what? Okay, so for the class I'm going to be in with Craig, we're in it together. This is Super Street 3.4 DB drag, and they force you to have no modifications ahead of the B-pillar other than sound deadener and spray foam. So the glass is remaining stock, and the cab's got to remain stock. So we will be fighting the windshield quite often, but hopefully we can figure out the quarter wave tuning to get it to where we're not breaking the windshield immediately. So there's some science behind that we'll go over in a couple months from now. No lithium. This is a caps only build. There's no batteries, no nothing, but just capacitors. We have 20 banks ready to go. So those are your Maxwell super caps. So that's good enough for 40,000 watts or so. And we'll have 4 DC 10Ks on 4 DC Neo 18s to do this. So no MDF on the doors, no bracing, no anything, but you can do expanding foam and deadener. So I think the doors, we are allowed to do like 1/8 inch wood or something, but got to be very careful with the rules because they're going to go after you. It's my little battery charger. It's the weirdest thing I've ever seen. Plays a little song. Anyway, I don't know how much more life my phone has here, but you guys got a good look at it, and hopefully I'll have a video up here in the next day or two showing you what I've been working on. So this is SPL only, so there's gonna be no music coming out of this thing. So if you want music, go check out the Jeep. Some of the last comments here. Good, we're excited. Nice. You guys gonna be best customer? Our caps cheaper than lithium. Yeah, I think, but they're kind of a different purpose. People like to mix caps with lithium. It's a good idea. I'll make a video more going on about caps when we put these in. So we'll talk more about what the goals are with those. Thank you for the compliments. Right now it's in the ugly stage. This build isn't like supposed to be beautiful. It's supposed to be loud, and we got a lot of sanding to do, and I chose to use MDF for its texture and its density and various reasons, but this is all like the construction adhesive that oozed out, and I gotta sand it down, and the circles aren't perfectly aligned yet, but I mean, that's not really critical here. The biggest thing is getting the concrete behind it all and start testing, because the testing is going to tell you everything about it, and that's going to tell me when I need to add on more baffles or change port size or whatever. But you know, so we have several things we're going to go over in the next video, so stay tuned. I think it's going to come up about Monday, probably Monday afternoon, Monday night. Again, my phone's getting low, so if we lose the phone, then the video's over for now. But we have a lot to do. It's ugly right now, so don't judge it based on the looks. But caps are charged with a battery charger, like a 12-volt charger, and what you want to do is put a resistor in. Generally, light bulb works really good, so I get an extra light. And you run this in series with your charging, and that will keep these from pulling too hard on your charger. Because these will pull a lot of amperage really fast, and they'll discharge a lot of amperage really fast. That's the whole goal with capacitors. They're the quickest way of delivering power. They just don't have a lot of reserve. So you could probably burp 40,000 watts out of this a time or two, and then they're ready to be recharged. But you're going to get that instant power, and you're going to get the most efficient power out of those. So that's what we're looking at. It's getting there. I have some other ways I'm going to be bonding concrete in here, and there's going to be more rebar, and there's going to be a lot going on. So again, I suggest stay tuned for the videos. I really appreciate you guys watching all the time. As my phone's getting ready to die here, I'm going to let you go with the last couple of questions. The last thing was charging system. We're going to be running 2 alternators, so the vehicle can charge itself, but to get the caps first charge when they're dead, you need a charger. The goal, yes, is 170 or above. That would be awesome. Sealed on the glass, and then whatever we can get, Mecha style and Nyaska style. Yeah, mid-60s out the gate would be awesome, like without even touching anything. I think it's possible. We have to play with box volumes and geometry and all kind of things we're going to talk about in the next several videos. So this is going to be my baby. You know, we're going to prove ourselves out here in the West, see if we can pull it off. But yeah, that is the goal, is get loud and do it on an efficient amount of power. I don't know if it's going to take more than 40,000 watts to do it, but we are getting it prepared for 80,000 watts. We just don't know when. And then we'll also be switching out the Neos a time or two, because you know, we're starting out with a 3-inch Neo. We'll probably go to the 4-inch Neo because the power is just going to destroy those 3-inch coils. But we're going to go through our steps and pace it out and learn as we go. So this is going to be a lot of fun because I haven't had a dedicated SPL rig for a while to play with, and Craig gave me the opportunity with the financial backing and the support and our common goal. So it's definitely a lot of work. So anyway, Scarborough is going to be way louder than me no matter what because he's got an extreme cabin. I was just talking to him actually, so a few weeks ago about his. So anyway, we're not trying to beat anybody. We're just trying to do the best we can, and we only try to beat people at finals, and that's you know, that's how it's about. But we're also doing this at the same time as what's his name at Sundown, Derek at Sundown's doing his, and that's just a coincidence. It wasn't like I meant to go after him or anything. We actually had this in the works for the last 6 months, and we just started showing everybody what's going on. And we're going to move on because our goal is to have it playing by the May 18th show here in California. So Project SPL right now, I think he's going for 3-4 to try it, and then he's going to go to 5-6. So he is technically in my class. But like I said, we weren't like going after each other or anything. I just actually met him online since he started that project. And it was just a coincidence that we're working on it at the same time. Obviously, totally different style builds. He's not using concrete. I am. He's not doing a flat wall. I am. So totally hope he does really well with his. We're just doing it our way. Yeah, I mean, there's no way to be an expert, honestly. And I haven't done enough of these to be an expert anyways, but it's definitely testing. You're never going to get a loud SPL set up without testing. There's no cookie cutter way. There's nobody who can design you anything that's going to be perfect right out the gate. So where am I pouring the concrete? Right through that roof. So we'll see. Didn't go to any competitions today. I am working. Is flat wall more comp friendly? Theoretically, but I've seen fourth orders do really well too. Fourth orders provide that cone control if you can get them figured out, but I'm not a fourth order guy. I just don't know enough about them. So I stick to the flat walls, and we'll work it out. But I'm going to have to let you guys go. I think my phone's about to quit, and we've got about a 20-minute video almost. So I feel like this was a nice update for everyone who's kind of paying attention. Please keep tuned. We're going to be showing more of this very soon. And I'll explain more about my theories with the concrete versus the foam. I like concrete, so I'm using concrete. That's number one. And then number two, I have some theories on density and resonance that I will talk about. I don't really have any data to back it up yet, but you know, so just stay tuned. That's all I can say. You're going to have a lot of video content coming through the next couple months concerning this build. And then obviously still keeping up on the Jeep and everything else. So anyway, I think I'm going to let you guys go. Phone's getting very low, and it always happens when I do live for some reason. So with that, just stay tuned. And if you haven't, go check out my Instagram, Jeep and Bass. We just named it Jeep and Bass, and that's where pretty much all the updates are usually at. As far as photos, you get the best updates there every day I post. So with that being said, we're going to send you off. But thanks for checking it out, guys.